All right. Minimizing U.S. Military personnel. Some of these missions are too dangerous to send personnel. Let alone we may not be able to act in a timely manner when there is only a small window of opportunity to complete the mission. The code of a drone has a price and can the cost of a drone has a price and can be replaced. While doing the same or a better job with military personnel is priceless and can't be replaced. Drone strikes are cheaper than engaging in ground or manual aerial combat. There's about a $5 million budget on drones, $5 billion budget on drones, and in 2012 military budget. However, only only constitutes about 1% of the entire annual budget. The military F-35 uh, Joint Strike Fighter program alone cost 9.7 billion in 2012. U.S. manned military attack aircraft cost between 18,000 and 169,000 per hour to operate. The U.S. can't risk falling behind in drone technology. 87 countries own drones and are changing the way nations conduct war. Similar to having nuclear weapons, we must pave and show we have the some or even advanced technology than the same or even more advanced technology than other countries to hold ground and to warn off other threats of possible attacks. To re-summarize, uh, they said drone strikes are killing innocent civilians and are ultimately creating more terrorists. Are creating more terrorists and killing them. Um, well, drone strikes actually don't kill more civilians. We've seen that with the Vietnam War and the statistics there. And at the end of the day, a drone has less ammunition and it fires off less bullets than a human. They said drone strikes are unethical in its approach and do more harm than good. I think that's different. We save more of our soldiers' lives, and um, sometimes we get a bad rap in other countries for unethical killings and stuff. But if we did it with a machine, you know what I'm saying, there'd be less room for ethical error, you can say. Um, Drone strikes are a violation of international law, which is right, which means they're technically illegal. They were saying that drone strikes are legal. If you read international law, which I read, you can see the law clearly states that drone strikes are completely legal. So I don't think they made good points, and I feel that it's more ethical to use a machine than having other people and having room for ethical error. Because when you send a human, there's emotions.
Okay, to re-summarize the affirmative side of our resolution, again, this was a policy debate, which means comparative advantages used, and we have all the advantages over our opponent. So to start off, the opponent said that traditional methods of war kill more civilians than drones do, and gave an example of the Vietnam War. The Vietnam War is quite outdated. We haven't had a current source of war and how much traditional weapons kill more than drones, so that's not really good proof of evidence there. Second, they said that the drone strikes are ethical and are effective for use, but still all the innocent civilians getting killed, and there's no transparency or no accountability for it. So, how are we supposed to compensate all these, families and friends that are losing, loved ones? How are they? What are we supposed to do about that? Finally, they said that it doesn't violate international law, saying that we can use it in a time of self-defense and that pose an imminent threat to us. The first drone strike was launched in 2001, which I would agree is a case of self-defense. But 14 years later, we're still sending out drone strikes, and we haven't seen, an attack like that since then. So I think we're just kind of, prolonging it and still using them, not for self-defense, but just because, we're skeptical about everything. And constantly doing this is, in fact, creating maybe not new enemies with countries, but more people within the same countries that we're trying to eliminate. They're joining the cause since we're killing their loved ones, and we're just creating more enemies there. An example of the Boston bombing and all that stuff in France too. We're just creating more enemies than we are eliminating. So for those reasons, we should win the debate, and our arguments are more logical and provide more proof than our opponent.